you doing?
We are making pottery works.
This vase is made by me.
Oh, Chinese clay art is famous because the clay pieces are so small but they look very real.
The pieces are usually cute children or lively characters from a Chinese fairy tale or historical story, right?
Yes, the pieces are carefully shaped by hand from a very special kind of clay and then allowed to air dry. After drying, they are fried at a very high heat. They are then polished and painted. It takes several weeks to complete everything.
Look, this is the puppy and that is the rooster.
Oh, it has Chinese fine brush strokes and a paper pig on it.
That's amazing.
Hi everybody, welcome to the class. Today we are going to continue with the trade of the artisans. The first man to comprehensively compile and detail the ceramic industry and the well-known figures in the trade was Tang, a Qing dynasty man honored as a ceramic artist. Tang styled himself Jun with the literary name Tao Cheng Shi, was born in the city of Shenyang in 1682. His ancestral lineage goes back to the White Banners, one of the 8 banners groups of Manchurians. He was 16 when he began working for the Interior Affairs Ministry of the Qing court. Wherever Emperor Kangxi went, Tang closely followed. He worked for the Ministry of the Interior for 13 years, during which he became academically and artistically accomplished. By the 16th year of the Yongzheng period, the 8th lunar month in the autumn season, he was ordered to take office in Jiangxi province, supervising all work relating to ceramics. When he arrived at Jingdezhen, he realized that ceramics, though being a single industry, was something he had absolutely no knowledge of. The complexity of materials, degree of fire, glaze colors, and forms of vessels overwhelmed this newcomer. Therefore, Tang was determined to understand to trade and quartered himself with the ceramic craftsmen for 3 years. During those 3 years, he and all others ate, worked, and slept together until he became one with the art of porcelain, fully comprehending the humanistic, emotional, and technical aspects of the art. Tang also indulged himself in mass volumes of literary records, searching for any and all knowledge related to porcelain making. He organized scientific observations and studies to ancient kings, analyzing fragments of porcelain and learning from actual case studies. Combining his findings with his readings, Tang gave his all in understanding the technology, art, and force of labor created by his forefathers.
It is said that Tang was the longest-serving government official in charge of ceramics crafts in Chinese history.
Since he was well learned in all aspects of ceramics, including the raw clay, glaze, body, firing, atmosphere, and so on, the imperial kings in Jingdezhen surviving the royal families reached a new heyday since the Song dynasty. Under his guidance and design, the exquisite porcelain vessels produced were the epitome of the collective achievements in ceramics history. Tang was unmatched in his wisdom to create new or rejuvenate ancient colored glazes. High and low, Temperature glazes alone came in 57 different kinds. In terms of forms and decorative motifs, he was able to achieve, from a single king, aesthetic appearances and bodies for retrospective imitation wear and famous wears of other regional kings. These works contained colored images including landscapes, portraits and figures, flowers and birds, and impressionistic paintings of every possible representation. Each painting can be differentiated by style, and its delicateness and creativity surpassed the famous works that it was based on. The porcelain wares not only achieved aesthetic and artistic standards, they also satisfied the desires of the imperial families. The quality of Tang Ying's porcelain was unmatched during and before his time. Therefore, the works made during this 28 years surviving in Jingdezhen were called Tang King ware, universally acknowledged as the best of porcelain.
The trade of the artisans is learning. Parents, right?
Tang Ying committed himself to the summarization and reform of the porcelain industry. He established the most complete crafting procedures in the history of Chinese ceramics, and wrote and illustrated the book Pictorial Guide to Ceramics. It was the most comprehensive scientific record for ancient Chinese porcelain making. Later, Tang Yi followed up his first book with several more, leaving us all with priceless wares. That's all for today. Thanks for watching it. See you next time.